In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make an amazing nourishing body butter using moringa, butters, and other ingredients with antioxidants, anti-inflammatory benefits, great for skin conditions like eczema, dry skin, and for those who just want beautiful, soft, nourished skin. Unless if you're using a really high quality clean lotion, most lotions unfortunately have chemicals that are harmful to us or maybe bad for our skin. For instance, paraben, formaldehyde, fragrances, alcohol, just to name a few. In case you want a substitute for lotion that's better for you this winter, you might want to try making a body butter like this. This is one of the best I've made so far. And also, winter weather is very harsh when it comes to the skin. And having dry skin is an easy way to attain wrinkles, fine lines, and look older. And that's one of the reasons why I take better care of my skin during the winter, just as a person with dry skin and eczema issues. This body butter is one of the best things that helps me through the winter and even outside of winter season. Not only to nourish my skin, but also helps my skin glow and help me maintain that youthful look. Welcome to Nature to Tea, or welcome back. So as I mentioned, we are making this amazing body butter. And you can use a butter of your choice. I prefer either shea butter or mango butter, but I ran out of shea butter. So in this video, I'm going to use cocoa butter and mango butter. I'll also be using some infused oils, which I made, including moringa infused oil as well as some herb infused oils. My first body butter video, I used shea butter with mango butter, but this time I'm using cocoa butter, which is this right here. It's a little hard and it also is a little yellowish in color. And then I'm also using mango butter, which is a lighter color and it is a little more softer. Cocoa butter is highly moisturizing, softens the skin. It has amazing antioxidant benefits like vitamin A, E, and C to help reduce wrinkles and fine lines, so it is anti-aging. Cocoa butter is also a natural emollient and moisturizer, so it penetrates deep in the skin. Mango butter also holds similar properties as cocoa butter. It is highly moisturizing, has amazing antioxidant benefits. It softens the skin. It has vitamins A, E, and C also to reduce wrinkles and fine lines. It is also antibacterial and it protects the skin from sun damage. So I am making enough to last me for about 3 months. So I'm making enough to fill a little more than a 12-ounce mason jar, so about 14 ounces altogether. And I do use this for my hair and skin. So I'm using about 4 ounces or quarter cup for the cocoa butter and then 1/3 of a cup of the mango butter. Now you want to use the double boiler method to melt this, and for the cocoa butter it takes a little longer to melt, so altogether about 15 minutes or so. And once it's melted, you want to put it in your refrigerator for about 2 hours until it's solidified, but I was in a hurry so I put it in my freezer and I left it there a little too long, so I had to break it into pieces, but it's still kind of soft enough. But as you will see, I'll struggle a little bit because it's a little too hard when I whip it, but it's all right. I'm also going to add this amazing herbal oil that I made. If you're interested in knowing the recipe, comment herbal oil in the comments. But anyway, I went ahead and poured in about 3 tablespoons of that before I started whipping it. And then I'm going to go ahead and whip this up. And as I whip it, it's gonna, it's a little harder to whip just because it solidified a little too hard while it was in the freezer. So I'll need to take something to poke the butters up and fluff it up so that I can go ahead and evenly whip it. Now, when you whip this butter, it's best to use something hollow and big enough, not necessarily wide, but tall enough so that it won't splatter all over the place. And the best thing that I found of when I make this is by using this mason jar. I believe it's the, is it 16 ounce? I think it's the medium size, not the small one and not the huge one, but the medium size mason jar. Now you want to continue to whip this until everything is nice and fluffy. Next, I'm gonna add the amazing infused moringa oil to this. And I made this by using coconut oil, about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, or you can also use avocado oil if that's available. Moringa have some amazing benefits to include vitamin A and C, which helps boost collagen and elastin production, which helps also firms up the skin, even out your skin tone, basically gives you a nice glowy smooth skin. So it is an amazing infused oil to add to this butter, and I'm using about 3 teaspoons of that. And then go ahead and stir it up, make sure everything is evenly distributed. Let it simmer for about 5 to 6 minutes, and you don't want to overheat this, so just keep the heat on low and let it dissolve and infuse in the oil for 5 to 6 minutes. So once this is ready, you want to go ahead and strain it into the butter mixture and go ahead and whip it some more. And you want to do this using a very fine strainer to avoid that grainy texture going in your butter, unless if you don't mind it. This is the remainder or the remnants of the powder, unless if you don't mind it, but I like to strain mine. And this is optional. I'm gonna go ahead and add some lavender essential oil. If you have sensitive skin, you may want to skip this, but I added about 6 to 8 drops of that. Now that I put in my last ingredient, I'm gonna go ahead and whip this a little bit more so that everything is incorporated. This is what the final results look like. It is nice and whipped and creamy. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in this bag with my handy dandy helper here, my daughter. And I was gonna use this fancy icing whatever, to give it that, those nice design. But fact of the matter is, guys, no matter what kind of design you use with these whipped butters, they're gonna go flat like within a few days. So there's no point of that. I mean, I could have done it for the aesthetic, and I think a lot of people do it for just that, the aesthetics. Anyway, I'm just going with the simple plain old way, and this bag is a little bit big, but it's okay. So once it's bagged up, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the corner on the bottom of the bag. But anyway, as long as you can pour it without wasting in a mason jar or whatever container you decide to use. But trust me, even the whipped butters I bought in the past that were supposed to be nicely designed in the jar or container, it does not last. It goes flat. It's just a aesthetic. But hey, if it makes you happy, you can also do that. But here I am pouring it in this mason jar, and the leftover I poured in another jar, which was a little too big, but it's okay because that one was for my hair, and I mainly use some kind of applicator when I dip into that. But this is what it looks like, and I don't use this every day, but I use it almost every day because sometimes I use just the oil, the infused herb oil that I made after the shower. And it's always best to apply your lotions or butters right after the shower while your body is still a little wet. That way it can penetrate better and seals in the moisture. This one is for my hair, so it's kind of deep, but it's fine. I reach in with an applicator. This is about 5 6 days later. It's still creamy and it's still soft, and I just keep this on my counter so I don't store it anywhere special. This butter is so soothing. It's so soft to the skin, very smooth, very hydrating. And by the way, if you don't like the oiliness, I'm okay with this. I don't think it's oily, especially in this winter with my dry skin. But if you are worried about the oiliness, you can always add either arrowroot powder or cornstarch, about 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of that to lessen the oiliness. Anyway, this wraps it up for this video. I hope you found it informative. I hope you learned something from it. If you appreciate this video, make sure you give it a like. Also, if you're leveling up to become a better version of yourself, if you're into learning more about healthier options when it comes to food, beauty, and even making your own personal products, make sure you do follow me. Make sure you subscribe to this channel as well. And my TikTok platform is at Nature to Tea, just like this channel here. So make sure you do follow and subscribe, and do hit the post notification button so that you are notified every time I post a video. I appreciate your time. I hope you have a blessed day, night, evening, wherever you are. And I hope to catch you on my next video.